in political science for class 11. Today I'm going to tell you about the powers and functions of the President of India. His functions and powers are categorized as executive functions or powers, military functions, diplomatic functions, legislative functions, judicial functions or powers, emergency powers, and discretionary powers. I am going to start with the executive functions or executive powers. Children, to avoid any kind of confusion between and among these types of functions, I am trying to make it easy for you to understand and remember these types of functions performed by the president. Like executive functions or powers are mainly related to the appointments that are made by the president, and these appointments are for the high officials like the prime minister. And you know, the prime minister is the leader of the majority party in Lok Sabha. So he is appointed by the president, and on the advice of the prime minister, the council of ministers is formed, and the members of council of ministers are appointed by the president. Then the prime minister informs the president about all the decisions, important decisions that are taken. Besides the appointment of the prime minister, the president appoints the attorney general of India, comptroller, auditor general of India, judges of high courts and supreme court, governors, ambassadors, and the members of UPSC, Union Public Service Commission. So these are the executive functions of the president. Now we take the legislative functions or powers. Now legislative powers are related to the powers of the president related to the legislature, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. And these are also very important functions of the president. He has the power to summon and program the parliament, and he can dissolve the parliament also in case the parliament loses the confidence or the majority. Then he nominates 12 members to Rajya Sabha and 2 members to Lok Sabha. And these members are those who are experts in the fields like art, literature, science, culture, media, etc. Then when the parliament starts, he addresses both the houses of the parliament, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Another important function is that we know money bill is introduced and passed mainly by the Lok Sabha, but no money bill can be introduced in Lok Sabha without his consent. Then after this, he gives assent or approval to the bill that becomes a law only after he signs the bill and approves it. In certain cases, if some problem is felt by the president related to the bill, what is bill? Bill is the proposal for making any policy. And the bill becomes a law only when that is first passed by both the houses of the parliament and then signed by the president. So in some cases, the president is not fully satisfied with the proposal or the bill sent by the parliament for his signature, so he can send it back to the house from where it originated. And it is sent back to the house for reconsideration. He gives his suggestions also and draws the attention of the members of parliament towards some points which were left or missed. But this time, if it is sent back once again to the president, then he cannot send back. He has to sign it. This type of power is called partial veto. Veto means to say no or not to accept or not to agree. But he can tell his or he can show his rejection only once. So that is why this power is called partial veto, not complete veto, partial. Once he can reject, but second time he has to accept it. Alright. Then another very important power which is in the hands of the president is ordinance. What is ordinance? Ordinance is a temporary order issued by the president when the parliament is not in the session. We know that all the laws are framed in the parliament only when parliament is in session. Winter session, monsoon session, summer session, etc. But sometimes a need is felt for having or controlling a situation by a law, but law is framed only when the parliament is in session. So in the absence of the parliament and its sessions, this right and power is in the hands of the president. So he or she issues the power known as the ordinance for time being till the parliament is not in session, and when it comes back in the session, then it is considered again, and if it is useful it will continue, otherwise it will be cancelled or ceased. So these are some of the very important powers known as legislative powers. Now we come to the other powers or functions that are military functions. Military function means he is not a part of any force, but he is the supreme commander of all the three armed forces: Air Force, Navy, and what? Military, army. Okay, so he is the supreme commander of the defense forces of India. Then in case war takes place, so that is declared by him only, his signature and his approval. And when the war is to be ceased, that is called the peace, that is also declared by him. So he declares war and peace. Then another function is diplomatic function or powers. Diplomatic means having relations with other countries, and the countries are represented by some people called ambassadors and high commissioners. Ambassadors are the messengers or the representatives of any country, and high commissioners are the representatives of those countries that were the part of the British Empire. This is the difference, but otherwise they have same powers and functions. Okay, so he receives the ambassadors from other countries and he appoints the ambassadors to other countries also. All right, and all the important agreements with other countries and treaties are signed in the name of the president. So these are the diplomatic powers. Diplomatic powers are related to having the functions, relations with other countries. And military functions, what is his role in the army, in the armed forces? So he is the supreme commander of all the armed forces. Then we come to the judicial powers or judicial functions. Judicial powers are related to the courts, to the judiciary. What is his function here? So first we have seen that he appoints the judges of High Court and Supreme Court. And he has very important power here, and that is to grant pardon, to reduce or to cancel the parliament, cancel the punishment given to a person by the court. But it is not that any Tom and Harry can go and ask for the pardon or for the reduction in the punishment. But in some special, rarest of the rare cases, president has this power to pardon the punishment. Then no criminal proceeding can be started against him while he is in the office. That, children, here it doesn't mean that his physical presence is important here. Ki when the time till the time he is in the office, he cannot be arrested or no criminal case can be started against him. But that means till the time he acts as a president, he has this opportunity or this power that he will not